Alright guys, alright, this is it. This is one of my, this is a favorite scene. I can't wait to get into this. Alright, let's check this out. Okay, let's play this. Love this scene. Look at this. We'll break it down, but just okay. So that's basically the scene, right? Man, I tell you. Okay, look. So from the start, right off the bat, remember a lot of the scenes that I'm going to be showing you on. A lot of the scenes, they're all really. The stuff I'm going to talk about is similar, but the way they do it, you know, the simplicity. For example, here, the character comes in. Look at that. Like even this, right? Same thing I'm going to chat about. You got, it's all clear, the color, you know it's a hand, whatever. But the thing here that separates it, look, you got these nice little negative spaces in the bangles. So that's a nice touch, what they've done. And obviously that would be there, but sometimes you never know, you know, the little gaps you got here from the little attention to detail, which makes the difference, right? And then cutting from here, classic, right? Like I'm gonna say, man, lovely use of silhouette. Excuse me. Even with this, the shape, the actual shape of this character here, you know, foreground. And then lighter in the background because that obviously shows the sense of distance. But again, clear. Everything is clear here. You know, it's the Reaper. You know, you got the staff here as well. He's walking on. He's coming in. Even the walk. It's following a nice, simple pose. Heads down. Subtle little movements like when he steps. When he steps here, then watch how the hip goes and takes the weight. Very subtle, right? So it's like, take the weight. Very like subtle. It doesn't have to be over exaggerated. As long as the mechanics are working in the right place, you're all right. So we get here classic, negative space, nice and clear. Even this character here, that little gap makes all the difference. It just shows how clear the arm is to the torso. And then this is really clear as well. You know, you've got your positive space here. You can see the head, camera shot down there as well. Nice little negative space there for the staff. Brilliant, you know. And then even like holding that, like when you see the shot here, the amount of time that anticipation is held, it's just perfect, man. It's just like, the timing is so right as well. Not just that posing, but look, right, we come here, and then that's classic, you know, from this to this. That's a really good contrast. So that's it's brilliant, man, the way it's done. And then this is another classic, clarity. Every single finger, you know, positive space in between. You see the thumb here too. So great example. You know? This is cool, look. Again, negative space. But look when he moves back. As he moves back, this arm leads. Everything's falling like that. So the weight is going that way. Lands, takes the weight. And classic, right? Look at this whole arm. It's following a nice path going down. So that's a nice little flow there. So if you look at that, you can really feel the impact. Then he goes back, right? Okay. And then this is really cool as well here. You've got the separation here, so you clearly see him standing, staff, what have you. And then this is a classic. Look at that. This lovely little negative space. You know, it's clear. You can see this is an overall triangle shape here. But this guy, look, you got a little space there. He's just standing, working this pose. When we talk about work, but in this scene, there's a lot of poses that are working. So you'll see it again. You can see it. You know, everything's nice and clear. You got nice and clear. Just the really well used background to the character, darker character, the background, the contrast. Just makes this such. So what's the secret to making this so clear as well? And then here, look, nice little subtle balance, weight shift this way. So he shifts his weight first, then steps. That's the same as the hip ball exercise we were doing on my course. And then here, obviously goes back. Nice little walk back. But this is brilliant. Look at this. So he puts the hand up there, and how he writes. See? So what's happening here is the pose is the same, right? So he's going from this triangle to this triangle. You'll see. Then he's going the other way, yeah? That way. That's all he's doing. He's going from one pose to the other with a breakdown. That's the working. So he's working the pose as he's going. But what's happening is the arm. See, that VFX is a really good indicator for, like in video games, I work in video games. As soon as you do like a combo, like a 6-hit sword combo, we always put a locator at the tip of the sword so we can see the arcs. And the VFX guys put the VFX in there. You can see the streaks, see if they're really smooth or what have you. And this is a perfect example to track your arcs as well. I know you have the motion tool in Maya, but this is a great way to know that everything's flowing organically. Look how organic this staff is. Just by looking at the tip, all they've done here is they've gone from that triangle pose to that pose. But as they're doing it, it's the wrist that they're animating with the arm. And they're focusing on the tip of the sword to try and get the nice arcs going through. As you can watch this, check this out. See? So you look at that. It's working. They're still in this pose. This character is still in this pose, but the arm is moving. And then it's then that pose with the leg coming up. Nice little weight shift. Touch it there. And look at that. Look at the VFX. Nice arcs. You know, it's just, this is what we mean about arcs. Arcs aren't necessarily like when you do a jump and the hips, it just goes up and down. Arcs could be crazy all over the place, figure eights, what have you, but they're nice and smooth. This is what's so great about this shot, which I loved, because they're just milking two poses and they put a little breakdown in between. And it's that simple, man. And they're just working that arm, just getting the concentrating, getting the good arcs out of that arm. There, see? And then when we get there, classic, see, look at that. That's an arc. And then see what he does there? The arc works. Even though it's going up and then back, it's still smooth. But then it's coming back. And then it's going back. That's all they're doing. So it's coming like a figure eight. And it's probably going up. There you go. And it's going straight back. And then look, just holding that pose. So clear. Hands, space here. Strong, dynamic. He's summoning. He's summoning a power. The time warper, whatever he is. Look how much. There. So if you go back here, from that pose. So from there, the pose is held, and then the breakdown comes down, and the arm is dragging. But look at that. That line of action is causing that force. And then the arm comes over. Let's play that. And that's again another perfect example of working the pose. So from there, the breakdown gets into that pose, and that is just working. Just do this a bit lower. You're just working that pose. That's all it is. Round, round. See the whole of that arm, that staff is just going around in a circle, just following that path. Round, round. And you can feel it in the hips and the shoulders, you know. Round, round. And then he's got that in his hand. There. There, that's nice as well. See, so that, and this is that was a sideways pose. But if you look here, look at that. Straight, clear, and you can see that it has to be clear because from a distance, negative space, negative space, negative space here. The hand is there. Everything is super clear. Clarity, like we're talking about, right? Turning, turning. Look at the staff here. It's just going round and round and round. That's all that's happening. Look, round, 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 round. And then when he gets there, he holds, and then his hips come down. So his hips are coming down, bam. And then he holds that pose. Then if you look at that, nice little pose like this. You know, just like a little axe, bang, down in there like that. Like that pose is hell. You don't see it as much, but. And then this is just, you know, they go up, which is really cool. The good thing about this is both, again, clear. You know, you've got your gaps here. The characters aren't overlapping. Nice line of action like this. You've got opposing line of action like this. So you see, you've got two different types. You haven't got them both going like this. So that's cool. They're different. And then you've got attention to the fingers. Look at that. Every single one is clear. Here as well. And then they go up. But the main part was this. So literally, if you look at this scene, you've got, though he walks like with that one simple pose there. Here, two poses, right? He goes up. This is a nice little pose as well, I didn't mention. Again, using the cloak as silhouette is really clear. Everything again clear here. And then he comes down. And then sometimes the light helps as well. You don't see, you can kind of cheat the animation like that. Again, one pose there to that pose. So simple poses. And here, this pose as well. He's just coming over back that other way. Then that's nice little in between there. Where he comes down. As he comes down, you can see that the prop is also like joint to the body, so it's using the same arc. And then here, motion blur, same arc. Again, using that same pose. So yeah, it's just that pose. It's using that pose now. So this scene is very much working each poses, basically, is what I'm saying. So we did that little spin there. Then we worked this pose where he's spinning it. Then we worked this pose, we're spinning it. And then that pose for a split second. That's all it is. There's a few poses that they worked at left to right at the start. And yeah, it's just amazing. So yeah, that was a little breakdown. I just wanted to go through simple scene, but again, with the colors, silhouette, background, and the character, you can really, this scene is all about, again, clarity, simplicity and clarity. So until the next review, yeah, I just hope you could soak this review in and check it out. I'm looking forward to the next one. So I'll see you in the next one.